Today, I want to talk about something that keeps coming up in the community. When I talk with survivors or read comments, I keep seeing this recurring theme, and people keep saying, I don't know who to talk to about this, about my experience, about what I'm going through. I don't know where to go. So, I want to kind of share who I have learned to go to and talk about these things with, and where you can find support. And I'm going to be probably painfully honest in this video. Who and where can you kind of turn to? Who and where can you go to when you need something? Not very many places, frankly. That's where your friends and family, if they're anything, like mine and with my experience, they only really understand what you're talking about and the way you feel if they've been through it. And yours, much like mine, like I say, will eventually get sick of you going on. And I've had people in my life say, Jess, it seriously enough. You're better off. This person was a complete loser. Move on. No one cares. Now, some friends and family are obviously more supportive than others, but I know I'm not alone in having issues with going to those people that are closest to us, friends and family. I get it. They get tired of it because it takes a long time for us to understand and cope and accept and, kind of move forward. So what I tell people now is the truth. I don't talk to my family or my friends about my old relationship or any new ones that I have. There's frankly judgments and I told you so's and shit I don't need and nobody needs. My experience has taught me to have very, not shallow, but like superficial, I guess, for lack of a better word, relationships with people. Most things that are important to me, that are on my mind or that I'm struggling with or dealing with, I keep close to my heart at this point because I know better than to share. I know the consequences of that. I don't really let things get to a deeper level all that much. It's not that I can't. And with some people, I do get on a deeper level of talking and being able to share things and have more depth in a conversation. But with most folks in my life, it's, hi, how's your day? I'm good. How you doing? And that's, pretty much about it. It's not that I have no desire to open up. It's just, if I'm being honest with you, survivor, and I am, people can't handle it. Flat out, they can't. They can't handle the emotions and the issues. They don't know what to say or how to comfort. None of that. They just simply don't. And besides, sometimes we're just inconsolable. And there's nothing anybody can say. And there's nothing anybody can do. So what can we honestly expect from friends and family who don't have PhDs, who, aren't, full-time counselors and, doing all that stuff? And even if they were, what can they say in these inconsolable moments or these really confusing, painful moments? You know what they're going to do? They're going to tell you, go to therapy and work it out. So speaking of therapy, it's certainly a place where you can go and speak freely about what you're going through, but there are downsides. Most credentialed professionals are going to tell you that if you just want to whine and moan and complain about your ex-partner and not work on yourself, then you're going to need to go and do that somewhere else. I know this. I've heard it from people that have had that experience. It's even happened to people in my family. Well, if you're just going to come in and complain about this and not work on yourself, then I don't have any more time to schedule with you. And bless the hearts of most of these professionals, I guess they just don't seem to know what trauma bonding is or what it does. They don't seem to know brainwashing, love bombing, gaslighting, and you would think as professionals, you would think they do know about these things, and maybe they do. But the thing about it is are they right? Yes, they are. We do need to work on us. I totally agree. I frankly couldn't agree more. However, when I got discarded and ghosted, that was how I got discarded. It was just poof, they were gone. I was crying my eyes out and unable to sleep at night without having nightmares. And so on and so forth. Other terrible feelings I frankly just don't want to share. I wasn't interested in 5 healthy coping mechanisms or top ways to boost my self-esteem. I didn't care about that. I was lost and broken and confused, and I felt like I got hit by a truck and I was looking for my legs. And therapy's great. I will always say therapy is great. Eventually, once we can accept what's happened in the relationship and be able to kind of put it to bed and heal a little bit, and then we can focus on us. And that is the point where I think that regular talk therapy or group therapy or sessions are a really great idea to focus on you. So here are the best places to go for like actual support that will really help you. Here's the answer right here. Other people just like you. Other people just like you are the answer. Narcissistic abuse support groups, narcissistic abuse support books, articles on the internet, live streams, YouTube channels like this, and other survivors, other people who do this for a living like myself here on YouTube. Survivors have endless amounts of support for others. It's really quite fascinating that people who have been through so much bullshit still have the capacity to be empathic and care and just give and give and give. Like I say, endless amounts of support with no judgment. I don't think I've ever been harshly judged for anything I've said by people who actually matter, but I don't think I've ever been harshly judged and criticized in the 4 years I've been doing this on YouTube, because we're pretty much all aware of what the other people have been through to a certain degree. We've been love bombed and devalued, and some of us have been discarded. Some of us have walked away, and we've been there, or we are there. Some of us are, right in that moment. And we can talk about this stuff for hours. I know. I've seen me do it. I don't talk about this stuff in therapy, in my own personal therapy. Not anymore. Therapy didn't save me. And again, I'm going to be very honest about who did. Angie Atkinson did. Kevin from The Royal We, articles from Good Therapy, and places like that. I would list other YouTube channels here, but, they just weren't around 4.5 years ago when I was going through all this. I'm not saying they're not good channels. There's amazing channels out there now. They just really weren't there for me in the moment. So I listed the ones who really did help me. Angie Atkinson was unbelievable. And Kevin from The Royal We, he has amazing videos that I still reference 4 years later. My own journaling, my gratitude journaling, my research here for my channel, those are what got me through it. You, survivors, are another big part of what helped and still help me get through it. At the end of the day, I love doing this channel, but this did still happen to me, and I am still a survivor. And I don't think that you know how big of a role you actually play in continuing to keep me strong and have me feel better. But that list right there, that's what saved me. That's what made me better. And that's what made me stronger. Frankly, survivors, people who just knew this shit. They just know it. They know all of it. They've been right there. I don't share with my friends and family. In fact, I rarely even discuss my YouTube channel or my consulting services or what I do for a living. I know better. I don't want the looks or the pity that seems to come with it. I am not a victim. I don't want all the garbage that comes from the ignorance, frankly, of people when they just don't get something. I am glad. I'm really just thrilled, tickled pink that some people have no idea what this is and no idea what this is really like. But I do. Find other survivors. They are, without a doubt, the key to your healing from this. They are your best source of support. And the best thing is, as unfortunate as it is to say, we're everywhere. We're absolutely everywhere. I'm always going to encourage people to go to therapy with a professional once they are ready to really just get into it and work on themselves and solely, themselves. And they have been able to put a lot of this that's happened to them behind them. But when you're just really in the middle of it, survivors, that's who saves you. Other people who have been through it, people who have been through the shit and are now paying it forward and trying to help other people get through this. So if you would like, please share something positive and inspirational down in the comments for other survivors to read. If you are looking for support, I have live streams right here on YouTube, Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern and Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Everybody is welcome to join us. You can chat, you can ask questions, you can just listen. Never any pressure to do anything. If you want to speak with me one-on-one, I offer those services, and you can always email me. It's BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com if you want information on that. I highly encourage support groups on social media, as well as, of course, other YouTubers that I've listed and the countless others that have great resources. I always encourage you to check those out. There is plenty of support out there for you. You just have to make sure that you find good support. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.